Evening and welcome to the October 18th, 2021 Eugene City Council public hearing. Thank you for joining us in this remote meeting format we're using as our state and community continue to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. This format enables the City Council to meet and take care of business while keeping everyone safe. Anyone wishing to access the meeting can do so by watching the live stream available on our website, the broadcast on Comcast Channel 21, or by following the instructions listed for this meeting on the public webcast and meeting materials webpage. If you join the meeting via computer, device, or phone, your microphone, webcam, and phone are automatically muted when you enter the meeting as an attendee. There are two public hearings on tonight's agenda. For those wishing to testify, please wait to raise your virtual hand until I announce that it is time to do so in my introductory remarks. As a reminder, we are allowing speakers the option of turning on your video. And so when your turn is announced, the meeting moderator will temporarily promote you to panelist status, and you can unmute and turn on your video if you wish. Also, I encourage everyone to use this in a responsible way. Our intent is simply to be able to see each other's faces as testimony is given. Finally, if there is testimony you are not able to provide or wish to get to us in a different manner, please feel free to contact any one of us individually or together via email or voicemail. So with that, I open the first public hearing, an ordinance concerning the crime of intimidation by display of a noose and increasing the maximum penalty for violating section 4.731 of the Eugene Code 1971, bias crime in the second degree, adding section 4.732 to the Eugene Code 1971, and amending section 4.990 of that code. I now open the public hearing on an ordinance adding the crime of intimidation by display of a noose. If you wish to testify, please raise your virtual hand now to join the speakers queue in one of two ways. For those viewing the meeting on a computer, laptop, or other device, click once on the raise hand icon. For those listening to the meeting on a phone, press *9. Requests will be accepted until after the first person begins to testify. The speaking moderator will unraise or disallow any requests to speak that are made after the deadline. When the hearing begins, our meeting moderator will announce two speakers' names at a time. When it is your turn, the moderator will announce your name and promote you to a panelist status. You will have 3 minutes to speak. City Manager, would you like to introduce the topic, please?
Mayor, your intro was actually pretty spot on. I'll just add one minor detail, which is if the council adopts the ordinance, both crimes will carry the maximum penalty of $6,250 or 1 year in jail or both.
Okay, thank you. And with that, the public hearing is open. Do we have anybody queued up to testify?
Mayor, we do not.
Okay, and with that, I now close the public hearing. Are there any questions or comments from council? Okay, seeing none, I will now adjourn. Oh, I have one. Councilor Surratt.
Thanks, Mayor. I was slow to raise the hand. I just wanted to point out, since Councilor Evans isn't able to be with us this evening, that, part of what we're doing is in response to a state statute that was changed, and that Councilor Evans provided very personal and impactful testimony to the state legislature in support of this bill, recounting his own family's history with a lynching that was never prosecuted. And so I just didn't want us to pass by the opportunity to thank him for that and make mention of his role in helping pass the state statute. And obviously, I'm glad that we're considering this, regardless of whether the state passed something.
Thank you very much for making those comments and reminding everybody of Councilor Evans' role. And Councilor Keating, did you have your hand raised?
I did ever so briefly. I saw that Councilor Zelenka wasn't here, and Councilor Zelenka regularly requests information about the Intergovernmental Relations Committee. This is something that the IGR committee enthusiastically stood united to advocate for passage in Salem. And I just wanted to flag that point as well, that this is one of your IGR committee, which is chaired by Councilor Syret and features Councilor Evans as well. One of the IGR committee's unanimous recommendations.
Great. Thank you very much. Councilor Clark, were you raising a hand also?
No, I'll wait until we have this come before us.
Okay, thank you. And with that, I will close that public hearing, and I now adjourn the meeting of the Eugene City Council and convene a meeting of the Eugene Urban Renewal Agency for our second public hearing on downtown open space improvements. And again, I open this public hearing regarding whether downtown open space improvements should move forward and how they should be funded. If you wish to testify, please raise your virtual hand now to join the speakers queue in one of two ways. For those viewing the meeting on a computer, laptop, or other device, click once on the raise hand icon. For those listening to the meeting on a phone, press *9. And again, requests will be accepted until the first person begins to speak, and your moderator will announce two speakers' names at a time. When it was your turn, the moderator will announce your name and promote you to a panelist status, and you will have 3 minutes. Manager, do you wish to speak this?
Sure. So, there's times when we do these introductions where your introduction and description actually totally captures it, and other times it doesn't get all of the details. So this is one, but I'll just give a little bit more detail too. So back in July of 2020, the agency board gave direction to preserve some of the urban renewal funds for a future open space project. As you know, when we're using urban renewal funds, it's required that they be identified in the plan, in the 2016 plan, which did include open space improvements in the downtown district. We explored a potential project for the block of Willamette Street between 6th and 7th Avenues, also called the Willamette Connection, and presented this in the corresponding community engagement to you at a work session on September 8th. So this project reconstructs the north and south entries to this part of the street to increase accessibility, safety, and connection, and is coupled with alley lighting and sidewalk repair around the district as funds allow. This evening, public is invited to comment on two things: whether the downtown open space improvements should move forward, and if so, how they should be funded. Following this public hearing, the agency board has a work session this Wednesday to consider the specific improvements to be constructed and whether urban renewal funds will be utilized. Thank you.
Mayor, please unmute.
Thank you. I now open the public hearing, and so do we have any speakers in the queue?
No, Mayor, we do not.
Okay, and with that, I will close the public hearing. Are there any questions or comments from the agency board? Okay, seeing none, we are complete with that. I will close the public hearing, and we are adjourned. Thank you all.